Hey guys, it's me again. Aren't y'all getting tired of hearing about me this morning? I just kind of got well, it's just cool weather's got me going here, folks. I'm excited to be alive today. And anyway, I just happened to stumble onto a comment. Oh, this is Rusty 78609 Central Texas, USA. It's 11:50 a.m. October the 11th, Tuesday, 2016. And anyway, this is TC for you new guys that just happened to fall into this trap. It's an it. This is an it. Since I don't have a pet or anything, that's my presence in my home that gives me some company, and it keeps his mouth shut. He smiles a lot, but he don't talk much. Anyway, I had a comment here, and I just have to expand on this because it brought back an old memory, and it made me remember something interesting. Anyway, it was a comment on car, camping, toilet thing, and this guy says, "Moving on up, Rusty. Finally got a pot to poop in. That'll come in handy when there's nothing else better than digging a hole." He's right, absolutely. But anyway, the part that caught my eye was the finally got a pot to poop in. Well, let me tell you, there was actually there. You've heard this saying, or most of you have, that those people are so poor that they don't have a pot to piss in or pee in, whatever. And that actually goes way back because when I was doing, I was an interpretive volunteer at Gila Cliff Dwellings 4 or 5 years ago. It's been a long time now. It seems like it was yesterday, but it's been a while. And I volunteered, and I was a interpretive ranger, which basically I did the tours of the Mogollon caves, where they lived in the side of the hill or whatever. It's called the Mogollon or Mogollon Indians, and they were named. The name came after a governor of Spain that lived in that area, and he named the mountains after him. How wonderful! And so the people that lived there took on that name, which was total crap. They were just, Aboriginal Americans, original people, and they may not even have had a name other than just the people. And that's kind of what it was all about. But anyway, back to not having a pot to pee in. In Europe, and I want to say like, maybe the 16th, 17th century in that range, and maybe the early 18th century too, they had large tanning factories. And the Indians, or the Aboriginal people that lived in the West back when, would use urine, human urine, to help soften the hides, the deer skins and buffalo skins that they had, because the uric acid in the pee will help soften those skins. And so, this has been known for thousands of years. It wasn't new. But in Europe, uh, you know, there was basically two classes for a long period, probably still is today, and maybe in the U.S. too, for that matter. It's another subject. But the poor people back then were poor, poor. I mean, there was no kidding. They'd do anything to make a few nickels. Well, what they would do, the ones that had enough money, the poor people that had enough money or could get enough money to get a pot, then the family would pee in that pot. And then once a week, they could sell that urine to the tanning factories and make a few pennies. Not much, but a little bit. And there were actually people poorer than them. And the saying was that those people are so poor they don't even have a pot to piss in. Okay, and that's where that came from. There's actually a history of that saying, and I just thought it was interesting, and I thought I'd do a short video about it because I know people have heard that probably at different times in their life. Boy, those guys are so poor they don't have a pot to piss in. Well, that goes way back 300 years or whatever, 400 years, and people were too poor to even get a pot to pee in. I mean, now that's down, baby. That's getting down, you know. But I just thought that was interesting, and I'd mention that. But, collecting your own pee to sell to a tanning factory to make enough money to feed your face tells me that you're kind of down on your luck. I don't know that you could do that today. Maybe there's still tanning factories that buy it, but I'm sure there's not. But having said that, that's where that came from. So when you hear somebody say that those people are so poor that they don't have a pot to pee in, there's some history on that. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye bye, buy American made when you can. And if you can't, make it yourself. I like that. And if you can't make it yourself, do without it. So anyway, having said all that happiness, adios amigos.